From the Flemington Ice Arena in Flemington, New Jersey, we welcome you to Night 2 of the ACC matchup between the Rider Broncs and the Penn State Ice Lions. Super Saturday here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Thank you for joining us, everybody, alongside Carolo Pascal. My name is Matt Fusillo, and second night in a row for the Ice Lions visiting the Rider Broncs last night. 10-5 win in favor of the Ice Lions. And overall, busy weekend here on BSB.
Yeah, crazy busy weekend for us here at Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Like you said, Super Saturday here for us at BSB. 4 games here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Our busiest day of the season for us at BSB this year. It's definitely a very long Saturday, that's for sure. We've already had 2 games. We've got this one going on right now, which we're going to be getting ready to kick off for in just about a minute or so. And over on Black Bear TV, Ramapo taking on Mass Maritime for a big one up at the Ice Vault. But here for a big one, like you said, the 10-5 score yesterday in favor of Penn State. Rider leading that game after 2-0 after the first period, and then it just kind of went off the rails a little bit.
Yeah, and being here for that game, it's just Rider got up to a great start. You had first period goals from Alex Blazak and Brendan McKeach. McKeach actually had 2 goals last night, but things just unraveled in the second and third. Penn State scoring 5 goals each of those last 2 periods, and Penn State found a way to wake up, and Rider just, after that great start in the first, everything changed coming out of the locker room for the second period.
And I think Penn State kind of just woke up a little bit based on what we were talking about before the game kicked off and before the teams came out for warm-ups. Just waking up after a first period, Rider got the jump on them, and they kind of settled back into the Penn State that we've watched for several years at this point, that we know what the program is like, where they're big, they're strong, they're quick, and they come at you really hard on the forecheck. So Rider's going to have to try and adjust in this one today and see what they can do in this one tonight.
Buzzer has sounded. Team's still doing a little bit of extra skating. Pucks will get picked up in a moment. But for these teams, second night of this ACC Premier matchup. So another conference game here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Next weekend we have the ACC Showcase down at the St. James in Springfield, Virginia.
Always a big time of the year for all the teams in the ACC. You and the rest of the Maryland crew got to call that, 2 years ago at this point now?
2 years ago, yeah. It was 12 games in 3 days. That was fun. That's the perk of being close by to that rink. But overall, great event for all the ACC teams. And Rider and Penn State will both be there, obviously, along with a couple of the other teams that we've called this year.
Highlighted by St. Joe's. They just won a big 7-0 win over Georgetown in our BSB Game of the Week. Massive, massive win there for St. Joe's. They've won 13 straight wins after dropping their first 2 of the season, and they have been red hot as they go to the ACC Showcase. Like you said, both these teams will as well next weekend as we get ready to go. We'll get the starting lineups, national anthem, and then puck drop here for this one between the Broncs and the Lions.
No national anthem and no roster introduction, so we're just going to go straight to the game. We're underway here in Flemington. Chasing the puck here is Grayson Messner, 29 in blue. Now it's Kyle Lynch. Matthew Tavares on the puck. Now Cusimano. We'll try to get to the starters in just a moment, but puck is played here by Messner. And now in the corner, Cusimano back on the puck. Chipped into the neutral zone, and Pape is on the attack. Here's Blazak in on a breakaway, and he scores! 49 seconds in, Alex Blazak. Second night in a row with the first goal of the game.
And that's just a great shot there from Blazak as we'll take another look at it here. Excellent rip there from Alex as this came out of the zone, hopped right on the loose puck and just went right down the ice. Did a great job to steal it away on that play and just roofed that one past the blocker's side. And the Bronx in front again here early in the first period, almost a repeat of yesterday.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Ryder, first goal yesterday from Blazak. It was 4 minutes and 20 seconds into that one. This time they're wasting no time, 49 seconds in.
And you know it's great for Alex to get onto the score sheet here in the last couple games. It's been a rough season, to say the least, for him. Injured in the first shift of the year, had to wait a couple games as that's a quick shot there from Zubrachuk. But had to wait a couple games to get back into the lineup, then got hurt again, out for another 2 games. Finally back in back-to-back games with a goal. Great to see for Alex.
Certainly great to see. 2 goals in 2 nights now. Here come the Ice Lions. There's a chance that shot is blocked by Shriver. Sebastian Keeley, one of the goal scorers for the Ice Lions yesterday. No shortage of goals for them, scoring double digits last night. Here come the Ice Lions again. There's a pass too far out of reach off the stick of Patrick Dolan. And Klein's able to make the cover. So speaking of Klein, starting goaltenders, both teams with a fresh goalie in net. Sean Klein for the Ryder Bronx and Ryan Murphy for the Ice Lions.
Yeah, both freshmen going at it tonight in between the pipes. Murphy, a freshman from Nazareth, PA. And then over on the other side for the Bronx, Klein. Freshman here from Flemington. As this is sent around the wall.
Trying to play the puck with Shane Smith. Now Bennett will skate it ahead. Pass off the scorer's table. Boards there. There's a shot that's ripped high off the stick of Partridge. Smith calls for it. They're going to flick it in. Murphy will glove it, and he elects to play it for Neisner. Off the stick of Prunty. Now Ryan Trindale will play it. And puck is whistled dead on an offside call.
Only about 3 minutes into this game, and both teams still trying to just kind of settle in. Obviously, Blazak opens the scoring less than a minute into the game on that breakaway chance, but both teams just trying to settle in here. Ryder looking to try and get another offensive chance as Penn State has had a lot of pressure.
Seeing Pape with Tavares and Blazak, those were your starting forwards for the Bronx. So it's been working well so far this weekend. Blazak, 2 goals in as many days. Splitting up McKeach. McKeach playing with Shriver. Obviously McKeach scoring 2 yesterday as Blazak tries to get in on this one, and on Murphy he's able to make the save.
That's another great chance there from Blazak. His literally blazing speed from him has just been superb ever since he came here to Ryder. It's been one of his best assets as a Bronc.
Blazak, one of the first Bronx out of the locker room, getting ready, doing some stick handling off the ice. Full uniform. He was ready to go and wasted no time in this one. Good start for 74 at the blue line. This is Maloney. Zubrachuk will play it ahead. This is Shriver. Shriver still with it. Tries to make a move toward the net. Pass over for Schneider. Couldn't get that through. Zubrachuk in front trying to apply the pressure. Taken away by Penn State. They'll skate it out. And the puck gets caught in the jersey of Schneider, so we'll have a whistle.
That bounced right off his helmet into his pants. That's an interesting one.
Don't see that too often. So we'll have a neutral zone draw here. Shriver and Lynch. Jackson Call on defense. He'll play it behind the net. 4.5 minutes in, 1-0, thanks to Alex Blazak. Glad you could join us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting for a busy weekend this Saturday. This is Lynch. He's got Carson Young with him. Young now on the puck, down to the blue line. Played by Ferrantino. Puck almost bounced over the stick of Shriver at the blue line again. There's Ferrantino shooting. Trying to get the redirection was Messner. Messner's on the rebound. Hounded by Smith. Now Shriver steps in. One hand on his stick. Call gets bumped into. Almost colliding was the referee, and we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be a holding call.
And I think this is going to be on the Bronx here. Indeed it will be. It's going to be on Shane Smith. The freshman is going to go to the box. And it's going to be a holding call here on Smith. He's not happy about it, but he'll go to the sin bin. And Penn State with a chance here on the power play to try and tie this game at 1.
Had a couple penalties last night. But overall, not the most of chippy games. Usually you'll see some physicality in these ACC matchups as Klein makes the save for the whistle. We'll see if anything changes tonight, but especially the last 2 or 3 Penn State goals. It came late in the third, and the rink was really as silent as it could be. Not even the Penn State players were celebrating all that much. They just ran away with it.
I mean, I think at that point, you kind of just know what the score is, what the game is at that point, as Klein will hold on to that shot.
Yeah, they were certainly playing a full 60-minute game. They were buzzing up until the final buzzer, Penn State, but at the same time, you're up 10-5 and you got another game the next day. And here they find themselves down by 1 with this man advantage look for another minute 40. Puck goes into the neutral zone. Maloney handles. Trindale back from Maloney. Now Zemansky again. Here's a pass in on Klein. Couldn't get through there. Now back down low. That was Grasser who punched it in. Cusimano gets double teamed and sandwiched into the boards. Coming away with it here is Trindale. Now Grasser right along the blue line. Back to Trindale again. Below the goal line, losing his footing. That was Sebastian Keeley. Here's Zemansky. Grasser shoots. Looking behind him was Klein, and the Bronx were able to get it clear.
That's a great clear there, and a good block in front. I think that was Bennett who might have got a piece of that one in the middle as he was trying to clear the man out from right in front of Klein and was able to get in front of it.
Half a minute to go on the Ice Lion power play, saved by Klein on that shooting attempt. This is Partridge. Schneider's on him. Down low again, Grasser across from Messner. Now Grasser again, he shoots, and that hits someone en route. Went behind again. We're going to have another penalty. It's going to be on Ryder.
Yeah, there's going to be a penalty. I think this is going to be on Bennett right in front. He took down one of the Penn State skaters. I think it was the 5 there of Kyle Lynch. And it is going to be Bennett going to the box. A roughing call here on Bennett. So with 7 seconds left to go on the original penalty there to Smith, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for just 7 seconds, and then a shortened 5-on-4 there for a minute 53 for Penn State.
A lot of open ice as there's a shot that's whistled wide by Partridge. Looks like he wants that one back. Had a lot of open ice. Elected for the slap shot.
Yeah, I don't think he got everything he wanted on that. It still was a heater, but I think he wanted a little more of the middle of his blade there to try and get that on target.
Grasser plays it down low. Lynch. We're back to 5-on-4. And there's a shot saved by Klein off the chest. Down low again. At the blue line, this is Messner. He'll play it up ahead, looking for Grasser, who tried for the tap-in. And we're going to have a stoppage as the puck got stuck in the net. 1:28 left on the Penn State power play.
Yeah, they're moving the puck well, getting Rider moving from side to side and making them get out of their box as well with some good passes. And Rider just has to try and keep an eye on that man on the back door. That's 2 times where Penn State has had a chance to look for a backdoor pass. That one went wide on that shot attempt, but you got to keep an eye on that man if you're one of the defensemen there.
It was Grasser that time that was wide open. There's Trindale. Now Maloney. Shooting one, and Klein's got it again. So another stoppage. 1:11 on the man advantage.
Yeah, Klein is seeing the puck really well here on all these shots. He's already faced 8 of them here by Penn State, and he's seeing them very well so far.
Pass across off of Trindale. He'll circle around. He looks. 60 seconds left in the power play. Trindale toward the hash marks. That was Sebastian Keeley. Trindale keeps it in. Now Maloney. He shoots, and that's redirected out of play.
Yeah, one thing that Rider is doing really well here on the PK, and it's been a staple of Rider Bronx hockey for forever at this point, is how good their penalty kill is. And one thing that every coach at Rider, whether it was Coach Sean Levin or now Coach Connor Fox, active sticks. That's one thing that they've always prided themselves on, especially the forwards at the point, is having active sticks trying to knock the puck away when you rush the man or when you pressure the man when you're in your box.
Had a lot of guys on Rider last night putting the body on the line, blocking shots. McKeach was all over the ice with that. Zuberchuk, very physical player. See him everywhere on the forecheck and the back check. Here's Trindale. 20 seconds to work with. Maloney. Moving in and weaving in on Klein. There's a shot that went wide. May have made a save. It was Zemansky there. Puck goes all the way down. Rider gets a well-deserved change. And that'll do it for Bennett in the box, so we're back to full strength. McKeach goes for the check there. Now he digs at it. Schneider steps in to help him as they try to pickpocket J.P. Hay. Braden Turner. And now Smith. Turner back on it. Prunty tries for the intercept. Smith and now Turner into the offensive zone for a moment, but now it's taken back the other way, this time by Jack Lawrence. Lawrence around. There's a shot. Would have been double hit there by Raimundo. And there's a backhand shot saved by Klein, and the net came off, so we'll have a stoppage on the Lawrence attempt.
The referees are going to have to fix the net there, but some good looks there from Penn State. But the Bronx kill off both those penalties. Survived an onslaught there from Penn State. They're up to 10 shots already here with 10 and change left to go in period number 1. Riders got 3 so far, having to try and find an answer offensively to get into the offensive zone and try and create some plays here in the offensive zone as well.
Smith will play it right near the Rider bench. Prunty applying the pressure. Now here's Call. Flickers one up ahead. Penn State will control. This is Ferrantino. Ice Lions still looking. Maloney. Here's Trindale. No, that's Lynch. Excuse me. There's a shot. Saved by Klein. Rebound is there. A great save by Klein. Rebound. And they get the whistle. Oh, a flurry of saves.
My goodness. Klein with a whole bunch of saves there. My goodness. That initial stop, unbelievable. Somehow scrambled to get that rebound. And then had to fall back on his behind and glove that one out of the air. What a save there from him. What a sequence of saves there from him. Next time we get a whistle, we'll have to try and take a look at it.
Looks like he lifted up his pad on one of those saves and it stopped right in the blue paint. Had some reinforcements to help him as well. So we'll play on as 1-0 with 9 minutes left in the first period. Bennert's pass, nobody was there, so that'll be icing, and we'll take it back to the Rider zone.
And now that we've got a chance to, let's go back and look at those saves there from Klein. This sequence here just beautifully executed here from Klein. This initial stop, unbelievable here. Right here on this second chance. My goodness, what a save with the pads. You're right, Matt. He got that left pad up and made that stop and then somehow gobbled up the rebounds as well. Just unbelievable stuff there from Klein.
It's got to be so difficult for a goaltender trying to read that puck and getting that pad up in the air. Then you fall back behind you to make another save. Acrobatic goaltending there from Klein. Schneider playing this for Bennert. This is going to be a penalty. Should be on Penn State this time. And yes, it will be. As Bennert got tripped up. There'll be another holding call. Probably could have had several different calls on that.
And it looks like it's Alex Marvis going to the box. The junior from Hurton, Virginia is going to go to the sin bin here. So a big opportunity here for the Bronx to try and double up their lead here and repeat their first from last night.
Mavericks scored 3 goals last night. One of those Ice Lions that was all over the ice. Puck is played around, and Zuberchuk is there. He goes down. Now here's McKean. She looks. Take it to the outside. At the blue line, thinking about shooting with Schneider. Now getting a shot with Zuberchuk. Stays in play, and now we have the stoppage. Not sure what the whistle was for.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. Maybe it tapped up into the netting.
Yeah, it looked like Zuberchuk stopped for a moment, so that could be the case. Maybe he knew, along with some of the other players, but we'll have a face-off to the right of Murphy. Schneider. And Vlad now Pape shooting. That's redirected into the glass. McKean, he looks. Plays it for Schneider. Zuberchuk, another one that's tipped, and it goes wide.
That was a heat seeker there from Zuberchuk.
Penn State's able to get the clear. That's Kyle Lynch. 60 seconds left on the Mavericks call. Schneider will have to retreat. Zuberchuk. Hill holes, let Schneider go to the bench. Bennert is on. McKean also hops off. And now Vlad will go to the bench himself. Buying his team time to get some fresh skaters onto the ice. Turner and Bennert on the attack. Stepping in here is Blazak. Blazak, the lone goal scorer so far tonight. Penn State gets another clear. Bennert getting tied up. Off of Blazak, he'll have to hop back.
Yeah, Bennert needed some help there from his teammates. They weren't getting back in time to try and give him some help as 2 Lions were rushing at him.
Heard someone on the Rider bench. Maybe it was Coach Fox saying, give him some help, please. As Bennett was the only one there, as you said. Blazak, and that one definitively hits the netting, so we'll have another whistle.
And we're back to 5-on-5 now as Penn State kills off that penalty. So each team blanked on the power play so far here in this one today. Shots currently 10-4 in favor of Penn State. As Rider has to try and find a way to keep more possession here in the offensive zone. They're able to do so here with a quick face-off win.
Kenna is able to punch it in. Gut is there, but it's played by Maloney. Looking ahead for Leland Keeley. Now Ferentino on the rush. Leland Keeley, another goal scorer last night, as well as Sebastian Keeley. Both with one apiece. There's a shot. Save up high by Klein, and he'll sprawl to cover it with the glove.
And that's a really smart cover job there by Klein to just jump on top of that one. Got some help there from Kenna as well to almost box out the forward there for Penn State and allow him to cover the puck.
Shriver got tied up there. Zuberchuk helps him. And there's a shot sticked along the boards by Klein. Ferentino looking for the redirection. Smith is there. Now Keeley. Mavericks looks for Keeley at the blue line. Off the skate of Klein. Shriver plays it out. He looks for McKeach near the red line. And now Maloney will play it for Keeley. Hands it over back for Shriver. Here is Zuberchuk. He's outnumbered. See what he can do to buy some time here. He's pressed into the corner. And here come the Lions. There's a shot saved by Klein. Rebound. That went wide by Mavericks. Mavericks on it again. There's Maloney. He steps in. Couldn't get much on that shot. Keeley below the goal line. Back at the blue line for Maloney. Now Trindale goes off of Zuberchuk, and Vlad will take it himself. Behind the net once again. 4:08 left in the first period. Playing it is Trindale. Maloney back for Trindale again. Trindale tries to make a move. And now Dolan, but the puck is chipped right behind the Rider bench for a whistle. Face off to the right of Klein. Pape steps up off the draw. Here's a 3-on-1 for the Ice Lions. This is Messner. He shoots. Saved by Klein. Back the other way. Pape. Now Blazak. Bronx are onside. Blazak gets checked. Now Pape. Gloved by Schneider. He'll step in. Trindale plays it back. Schneider. He shoots, and that one goes off the glass, now behind the net. I think the Bronx may have been offside there. Got a lucky break.
It was close. That poke from Gut might be just barely onside, as Klein will hold on to that one again. It was very close to being offside there for sure.
Another offensive zone try for the Ice Lions with under 3 minutes to go. 1-0 thanks to Blazak, 19 seconds into the first period. Here's Call. Now Hay along the boards. Kenna gets tied up with Hay. Now Call steps in. Here's Gut. Penn State up ahead. This is Lawrence. Lawrence will look. His pass goes off Braden Turner and out of the zone, so we'll have to regroup. Call is the first one there. He'll play it back out. And Maloney will go down to chase along with Ferrantino. McKean lost his stick. And he's going to go to the bench.
He picks up a new one, too. I was wondering if he was just going to go for a change there, but...
Here's Smith. Shot was blocked, this time by Messner. Shriver is able to keep it in. Now Zuberchuk. He shoots, he scores! Sneaky shot by Zuberchuk. He makes it 2-0 Rider.
That was a rip there from Zuberchuk, and he makes it 2-1. We'll get another look at it here on the replay. That was a laser beam there from Zuberchuk. It was a great keep here by Shriver, and he was able to get it to Zuberchuk, who, like you said, a sneaky shot, Matt. I think just didn't catch the 30 of Murphy. I think it caught him a little off guard there as the Bronx, once again, up 2-0 here in the first period.
And last night, Zuberchuk didn't get on the score sheet, but he was just ripping all of his shots. Hard shots all night long. Couldn't get that goal as Klein's able to get a glove on it for the whistle. So Zuberchuk on the score sheet now tonight. Makes it 2-0. And that's a big goal for the Bronx. Yesterday, they went up to the locker room 2-0. They ended up losing 10-5. Here we are again with a minute and change, 2-0 once again.
Shots are very similar again as to yesterday. Currently 18-5, make that 16-5 off that save there from Klein, but a very, very similar period to yesterday's first.
Yeah, Penn State led in the shot department all night, but it took them a while to start scoring. Then once they did, it came in a flurry. Even in the third period, there were 3 goals in exactly 60 seconds. 2 for Penn State and 1 for Rider. And I believe there were 7 goals in 12 minutes. So once the floodgates opened, they really opened. Here's Messner. 22 seconds left in the first. Messner again. He'll look across. Coming in with speed was Keeley. Here is Smith with 10 seconds left. Time for one more opportunity, but it was too far for Tavares. Down to the last 3, and that will do it for the first. Buzzer sounds, and for the second night in a row, the Bronx will take a 2-0 lead into the first intermission, thanks to goals from Blazak and Zuberchuk. Yeah,
and almost a repeat period from yesterday's first. Shots 16-5. I think they were 18-6 at the end of the first period yesterday. So a very, very similar first period in back-to-back nights for the Bronx and Penn State. And hopefully this time the Bronx can try and keep this momentum as they go into the second period. And you know Penn State is going to come at you hard yet again. After last night, that's just how they are. And what the Bronx have to try and do is, you can bend a little bit, you can't break. And going into the second period, you know Penn State is going to come and attack you from all angles, throw everything on net, and forecheck really, really hard to start the period. If they can weather the storm a little bit for the first 10 minutes or so, first 8-10 minutes of the second period, and really just kind of fight off everything they throw at them, and at least keep it a 1-goal game, even if Penn State gets 1, and they still have the 2-1 lead, they'll be in a decent spot.
So we will see what is in store for the next 40 minutes. Will it be a repeat of last night, or will the Bronx keep adding to their lead? We will find out, but in the meantime, First intermission. We'll be back. Welcome back. Start of the second period. Penn State and Rider. 2-0 lead for the Bronx for the second night in a row. First period goals from Alex Blazak, 19 seconds in. And then Vlad Zuberchuk with 1:23 left in the first. So full 20 minutes to play for the Bronx. And we'll see how this is going to fare tonight. Didn't end well last night. They ended up giving up 10 goals in the next 40 minutes. But fresh start and fresh 20 for Rider once again tonight.
Yeah, definitely a great first period yet again here for the Bronx. Like we said, almost identical to yesterday's first as they get ready here for the second. Once again, thank you for joining us here on BSB for Super Saturday here. All of our broadcasts here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting as McKeach will hop on. Team's ready to go here for the second period, and we off our running here for the middle frame as it's quickly dumped in here by the Bronx. This fed up here to the 19 of Szymanski. He will get it forward. Here comes Penn State quickly into the zone. Partridge with it. He fires a shot. That one went wide. Good chance there for the Nittany Lions. As this finds its way to the wall. Bouncing here. Penn State with it again. Szymanski looking for a lane. Backdoor. That one hops its way in onto Klein, and he'll cover up as Bennert will go right after the captain of Partridge.
They're looking for Partridge on that pass, but it was redirected. Went off a Bronk and almost went in the net. Went straight to Klein. He was able to stay alert there.
And we were mentioning Klein in period number one. He's been great so far. Like I said, seeing the puck really well so far in this game today. 18 for 18 so far here with 19:23 left to go as here comes Pape the other way. Flying down the ice, Pape fires. That one stopped there by Murphy. Sixth shot of the game there for the Bronx as this one will go back here for Rider. Call moves it forward but gets it picked off quickly. Here comes Penn State again, but Pape will take it out of the zone. Foot race for the puck now as Maloney will get on it. Chased there by Tavares. Puck played up off the wall. Call trying to get to it along the boards. Bounce back out to the neutral zone here. Here at the blue line, here comes Penn State again. Quick shot through. Maloney fires, and that goes up into the netting.
Maloney gives a tap on Ty Schneider. Must have not liked something.
And there's some chirping to the left of us here from the Rider bench after that. No surprise. Face off to the right here of Sean Klein. One there by Penn State. Goes back up to the point. Good face-off win there from Kyle Lynch as it's sent around the wall trying to get to it. The 5 for Rider. That's Bennert, and he will clear the zone. Got some help there from Cusimano. As McKeach will chase after this along the boards. Coming over to help is Shriver. Bounce back out here to the neutral zone. Trying to walk through. Here comes Lynch again. One-on-one with Cusimano. He blocks the shot as it trickles to the corner. Smith able to keep the puck away as he looks up and flips it up and out. Zuberchuk trying to get on it. He'll dump it in. Good chase here for the Bronx as they'll try and get on this. Puck to the wall, comes right back out to Smith in the neutral zone. He'll send back in deep. Collected here by Kisner. As it's pinned up here along the boards, collected back by the Bronx as Cusimano will try and get to this first. He will dump in. Zuberchuk will give chase as back to collect is Trinidad as it's sent back here to McKeach. McKeach looking behind the goal line for some options here. He gets to the line. Zuberchuk fires. Bouncer there knocked away by Murphy as it's lofted back out for Cusimano. Cusimano looks up. Has some room in front of him. Drives into the zone, looking for some options here. Tries to center that one for Turner, just broken up there by the defense. Good look, though, for the Bronx. A couple of good chances here in a row. As Penn State will glove that into the zone, but it's going to be called an offside. Bronx with a couple chances there in the offensive zone. Good shift from Rider.
Couple of back and forth opportunities as well. As you mentioned, Braden Turner coming in on that left side. Rider had all three of their forwards driving towards the net there. You like to see that.
Bouncing puck off this face-off, collected here by Grasser, as he will get going down in front of us on the near side wall. Quickly in with speed. That one goes all the way up into the ceiling here at Flemington Ice Arena. That puck might never be found again up there in the rafters.
Yeah, if that did not hit the wall, that may have landed on Mars.
So with 17 and change left to go, face-off in the Bronx zone yet again. Off the straw, it finds its way to the hash marks. Bronx can't get it out. Shot from the blue line. That one went wide there from the 23 of Grasser. Goes back up to the point. That shot goes wide again from Lawrence. Big hit along the boards. That was a huge hit there, and we're going to get a penalty on the play as Prunty fires, kicked aside. Kenna still on it. Kenna trying to lay back, and we get the whistle.
It's going to be boarding.
And that was a huge hit there along the boards there. And it's going to be on J.P. Hay. So Hay is going to go to the box for a board. And the Bronx will go back to the power play. Neither team has been able to score on the man advantage so far here in this one. Bronx looking to go up by 3 here on this power play, as that one is quickly sent down the ice. There by Penn State. Klein out to play it. Able to keep it away is Schneider, as he will lay off here for Zubrachuk. Has him speed, looks to wheel up the ice, across the blue line and into the zone. Driving around the cage. Still with the puck, trying to go back up to the point. No one was there, but Schneider able to keep it in. Great keep there from Ty as he drives into the zone. Schneider with it, fires a shot. Rebound chance was there for the back door from McKeach, but it went wide as it's lofted back out. Now Pape will take this. Pape tried to lay off there to Schneider, but it's quickly taken by Partridge the other way, shorthanded. He will kill off some time as him and Pape come together along the boards. The 28's going to battle there in the corner. Partridge able to send this around. Bronx able to get back on it here. 1:08 left to go on the power play as this pass finds its way back here to Ferentino. Back to Klein. He will just settle things down and lay it off for Zubrachuk, trying to gain some speed again. Plays a pass here, able to find it over to Kenna. The captain into the zone. Lays back, McKeach there, across. Shriver looking, that one stopped away. Beautiful pass from McKeach to find him, but a great save there from Murphy. 2-on-1 forming the other way, shorthanded here for Penn State, trying to break through, and they score! Penn State make it a 1-goal game. It's the 12 of Carson Young, who puts that one home shorthanded with 32 seconds left on the power play. We'll get another look at it here. This is a good breakout here shorthanded for Penn State as they drove in 2-on-1 as that rebound chance found its way across. There to Young, and Penn State make it a 1-goal game here shorthanded. Now here comes Cusimano, still 20 seconds left to go on the power play here for the Bronx. Turner looking, finds Cusimano at the point again. Looking across, Shriver fires, he put that just wide. Rebound chance was there for the Bronx, just wouldn't go. Shriver still on it with 8 seconds left to go on the power play. Shriver looking, finds Blazak at the half wall. Up to the point here for Bennett, looking for redirected in, and they score! An own goal there from Penn State. The Bronx get some puck luck. And they get their 2-goal lead right back. That went off the stick of Trinidad. And Ryder up by 2. They're going to count it as a power play goal, and it's going to go to Bennett.
Oh, that is as unfortunate as it gets. An own goal, Ryan Trindale off his stick.
So Trindale, it goes right off his stick. That's a tough bounce there for him. And Ryder now up by 2 once again after that shorthanded tally from Carson Young. As Pape with a good block there. This puck will go out the other way. Pape still with it. He's knocked off there at the blue line. And like you said, Matt, just a bad bounce there for Trindale. That is a tough one there.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. I mean, he knew right away. Look out here.
And they're going to count this a goal. That one bounced through on the rebound chance. Penn State got 3 whacks at it. And they're able to put it home. It looks like the 23 of Ben Grasser will put that one into the back of the cage. And it's a 1-goal game yet again quickly. We'll get another look at this one here. This puck entered the zone, drove in. There was the 5 of Merviz. And on the rebound chance, it was tapped in there by Grasser. And this is covered up here by Klein. Shots currently 20-13 right now in favor of Penn State. Riders still up by 1, 3-2. As this puck will go back up here to the point for Zubrachuk. He will skate this out of the zone. Zubrachuk trying to break through 2 defenders, couldn't do it. Lofted back out here for the 7 of Dolan. Here comes Dolan into the zone. Flying in on the near side wall, look for a pass. McKeach is there to break it up, though, as it lifted up and out. Zubrachuk, a bouncer. He'll keep it, though. Fires a shot, but it's gloved down there by Murphy.
So we went into this with the 2-0 lead. And now it's 3-2. So plenty of movement here. Similar to last night as well.
Yeah, plenty of movement, plenty of action here in this one. Like you said, similar to yesterday's game. I mean, we had an almost identical first period. As here comes Zubrachuk again. Try to make a move, but it gets stolen away there by Lynch. And he'll loft this up and out. Bouncing puck at center ice. Zubrachuk on it again. He's nearly knocked off there at center ice as it's taken the other way. Flying in, here comes Young looking for a second. Lays off. That shot kicked wide of the cage. Klein got a piece of that one off that shot from Kyle Lynch. Another one in front. Klein with a nice glove save, and he'll gobble it up for the whistle.
Carollo, you said the first period was similar to last night. Second period is also similar. You know how? Penn State got its first goal 3 minutes and 22 seconds in to the second period. Last night, 3 minutes and 22 seconds into the second period.
Wow. That is uncannily scary. Like, that is extremely weird. Coincidences as that one gets lofted up and out of play.
Two goals pretty quick. Well, 3 of them. Technically 3 goals by Penn State in the period because they got that own goal. But all 3 of those coming pretty quick, all within the span of basically a minute and 20 seconds.
As Bennett launches this one around, but not out of the zone. It's collected here and sent out by Prunty, lofting this one, looking for Turner. As this is sent back in here to the Bronx end. Comes back to the neutral zone quickly again. As dumping that in is Grasser. Bennett will loft this. Prunty trying to clear, can't do so. Kenna there along the boards. He mishandled the puck. As Bennett came over to help him, it's cleared out. Will this go on target? It will not. And this will be an icing here on the Bronx.
Well, this is a time in the game where it's going to be really interesting to see how both teams respond. Got 2 Penn State goals already in this period, and last night we keep bringing it up, but Penn State got those 2 goals within the first 10 minutes, so that was what you mentioned at the end of the first, that first 8 to 10 minutes of the second period, and we're really at that point now.
Yeah, with 11:46 left to go, I mean, Penn State has scored 2 here in this one. Technically 3 if you want to count the own goal, even though it's on the board for Ryder as Klein will cover up on that one. But so far, like I said, bend not break, you get a fortunate bounce with some insanely good puck luck. You're up by 1 right now. They had the game tied at one point, obviously 2-2, but if you can get through the next couple minutes even as well and get to about that 7.5-minute mark, 6-minute mark of the second period still up by a goal, you can try and play a little bit differently, a little bit more defensively as Klein makes a nice save there. Kicked aside again. Penn State still with it here in the zone. They will go back up to the point. Here at the blue line, good keep there. Only for a second, as now it pops out here. Pape chasing on it as back to go get it is Grasser again. Move forward. There by Keeley as he will enter the zone. Cusimano to chase after this. He's hit into the glass hard, and we're going to get another penalty. And Cusimano will draw another call. He seems okay. No worse for wear down there.
Might be another boarding call.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to assume here. Or a potential hit from behind. It is a boarding call. So back to the power play go the Bronx. Another chance here on the man advantage as this one's sent out of the zone again. We'll go back here to Klein. Klein will play it off. Good find. Over to Zubrachuk. So another boarding call here on Penn State as here come the Bronx on the man advantage. Dumped in there by Schneider. Finds its way back here to Ferentino, but McKeach with a good keep in the zone. Tries to go back to Zubrachuk, but it bounced off his skates and will go the other way here for Partridge. Partridge walking through, just walked Schneider as he hit the deck. As he tries to keep the puck, can't do it. Now Schneider will get it back in his own end as Zubrachuk got tied up with Partridge. Now here comes Kenna. The captain will dump in and send around the wall. Looking here for McKeach. Nearly overskated it, but gets it back. Looking for some help here as Ryder was making some changes. He squeezed along the boards, but is able to keep it down there. Over to help him came Shriver, but it's taken out of the zone here by Lynch and just dumped down the ice. Left off here for Turner. Plays across here to Schneider. He will get across the blue line. Ty Schneider trying to go back to McKeach, able to keep it in the zone. Bouncing puck here in the circle. Now at the hash marks, it's cleared out again by the Lions. Puck will go back here for Blazak. 28 seconds left to go on the power play. Still no shots on it for the Bronx. Shots currently 23-14 in favor of Penn State. As Blazak will play off to Cusimano. Cusimano along the boards. Knocks the puck around, finds Shriver. 10 seconds left to go on the power play for Riders. His pass finds Bennert. Bennert will dump in. Blazak will chase. He goes into the wall, has it taken aside there by Trinidade. And that will do it for the power play. Another kill there by Penn State. As this is lofted off the boards, but not out of the zone. Prunty kept it in, looking there for Gutt. Just couldn't connect on the pass. As Kenna tries to fight for this along the boards. Here with under 9 to go in period number 2. Lofted up and out. Cusimano will track this one down. And this will go for an icing here on Penn State. Faceoff will come back into the Nittany Lions end.
Looks like Pape may be shaken up on the Ryder bench.
He's sitting down over to the left of us here. Looks like he may need some repairs, actually. I saw him fiddling with his helmet before, so might need to fix his cage. Have to go get the set of screwdrivers to try and fix them, as this one is covered up here off that dump in. Took a hop off the wall, and it's covered by Ryan Murphy. Under 8:30 to go here in period number 2. As this faceoff one back to the point, shot through traffic, bouncer here to the low slot. A chance there for the Bronx, but it went wide. That was Gutt and Kenna trying to get a whack at that as it's skated out here by Penn State. Here comes Keeley. Keeley on the backhand. Power move around the cage. Looking for an option here deep in the zone. Hounded there by the Bronx. Taken away quickly. Looking to center that one, but it's bounced out. They were looking for Mavrez. As this is played along the wall. Pass sent forward to him now. Sends this one up to the 33 of Keeley. Keeley, beautiful toe drag, poked away there by the Bronx as Prunty goes the other way. 3-on-1 here for Ryder. Quickly into the zone. Prunty looking into the slot. Fires a shot. That one went wide and high as it got deflected. As it's collected by Leland Keeley. He will spring this forward looking for his brother. Pass picked off there. Salomon will enter the zone. He lost the handle but is able to get a pass back. Right here in the low slot, it's broken up by the Bronx, but it goes to the blue line and is kept in there by Penn State, but it rides the top of the glass into the netting.
So some back and forth here in the second. Just over 7 minutes left. Ryder still on top. Looking to maintain that lead. Last night we saw those 2 Penn State goals to kick off the second period. Then McKean scored. And then 3 more from Penn State until Pape scored.
And it seems like there's some confusion on where this faceoff was going to be. It's going to end up in the Bronx end. As this is lofted up and out. I think the Bronx bench wanted that one to be outside of their zone because Penn State had shot it into the net without hitting the glass at all. As this one sent in, knocked aside there by Klein, hops to the high glass. Trying to get it out of the Bronx. Zubrachuk able to get on it here for Ryder. Has to play back here, finds call. That was a dangerous pass, but he finds his former Sheridan Hawks teammate as this is dumped in here by Ryder. McKeach will go to the wall. Nearly took that one away. Cusimano will step up and try and keep this in the zone. Here at the hash marks doing a good job to keep it with his skate, but it's moved back around. There by Declan Maloney. 6:30 left to go here in the second period as Maloney will skate forward. Has it taken away by Zubrachuk, delayed offside here on the Lions as it's corralled here and played across. Tavares trying to dump in. He gets it in only as far as the top of the circle. Now Maloney with it again. Stretch pass forward. Able to connect on the feed up to Raimundo. As Raimundo centers, that one got flicked up and over the cage there. Still in the zone. Raimundo will send it around again. Looking here to the 15 of Hay. Hay to the boards. Puck down in the corner again. Raimundo will come over and try and help. Blazak in there trying to fight for it. Goes back up to the point here. Trinidad plays it across. Top of the circle. That one's fought off by Klein again as it bounces to the corner. Raimundo down in the corner. Tavares fighting for it alongside Cusimano as Lawrence will dig it out. Lawrence looking back up to the point. Trinidad fires. That one's gobbled up there by Klein.
Some looks on offense here for Penn State. Not too many opportunities this period, especially the last few minutes. I mean, they got those goals, but chances were there in the first period. They just couldn't capitalize.
And like I was saying earlier about Klein, everything he sees, he is able to stop. He's been able to see everything so far tonight. The 2 goals that have gone in, he's been down and out, or it was a very good shot. So there's not much he can really do about those 2 goals as this one is sent down the ice here. Back to get this is Kinsner. Driving into the zone. Here goes Lynch. He's stopped there at the blue line as Pape tries to get a whack at that puck. Goes down low. Messner looking for an option. Quick shot. What a save there by Klein, and he'll jump on top of it.
That's a great save by Klein off his lower left pad there, close to his skate. And right away, Neisner looks up in disbelief. He wanted that.
Under 5 minutes to go here in period number 2 as that shot goes well wide of the cage. Back at the point, though, for Penn State. They will keep it in the zone. Walking through, looking for a shooting lane. Some good defense there by the Bronx as it's kept here by Grasser. Grasser fires. That shot went well wide as Smith, a good job to keep this puck, flicks it out here for Gutt. Gutt one-on-one. He is blown up into the boards. He went down hard, and that's going to be a penalty. And he is hurt. The trainer's going to come out here. And it's a roughing call here on Grasser. That's his second penalty of the game. And the Penn State bench not happy about the call as the referees, not sure if it got picked up by our mics here on the camera, calling it a blindside hit. They're saying Gutt turned and got hit as he was turning. I mean, we've seen that called time and time again in the NHL a lot more recently where a guy's going up to the boards, he turns at the last second, and you hit him from behind or you hit him almost at like the back of the shoulder as Gutt is going to get helped up here by his teammates and the trainer and gets claps and stick taps, and he will skate to the bench with some help here.
It was a late call from the referee, too. Put his arm up. Took him a while to do so.
And immediately Gutt was holding his knee. He went pretty much knee first into the wall. I mean, you obviously have the knee pads and protection there, but even with that, if you go in hard enough or go in at an angle, it hurts a lot. So he will get checked out on the bench there by the trainer, hoping the best for Gutt. And the Bronx are going to go back to the power play here. So he'll get checked out over by the trainer to the left of us here, and Ryder going back to the power play. Another chance on the man advantage as this skips back up here for Penn State. Partridge will just lay that one out of the zone. Foot race to it. Maloney can't get to it in time. As Kenna tried to drive in, Partridge will play it out. Back to get it goes Schneider. Here comes Schneider. Right up the gut. We'll dump this one in. Penn State to it first, but it's kept in by Pape. Good keep from him. Now McKeach looking to get set up here in the zone. Plays across to Zuberchuk. Back up to the point. Bronx able to finally get set up here on the power play as it finds McKeach to Pape. Looking for an option. Goes back to McKeach behind the goal line. Trying to find somebody to pass to with a shooting lane as McKeach will lay it off to Zuberchuk. Zuberchuk finds it to Schneider in the circle. He pulls up. Quick shot through. McKeach able to corral the rebound as that one bounced away again. Foot race there as McKeach goes into the wall hard with Partridge. Able to beat him out to it. Zuberchuk goes back here to Schneider. Looking. That one's blocked away again. Ferentino to the wall. Kept in here by Schneider. Plays it across to Zuberchuk. Here at the top of the circle will lay off, and it comes out of the zone. Pape will have to track it down as he'll quickly re-enter. But that'll be laid off, and McKeach will be called offside. They're on the Bronx. And McKeach gassed at the end of this shift. Him and Partridge went together hard into the boards.
Getting some heavy collisions these last couple minutes, that's for sure.
And the Bronx just couldn't get a shot on target there. And that's going to be called another offside there on the Bronx. Couple seconds tick off the clock.
Both benches are getting a little restless. Penn State unhappy with the penalty. One of the Bronx, can't see who it is, upset. Not sure if it's McKeach or someone else.
I think he's just trying to get his team going down there. I mean, obviously you're up by one, but you want to try and get a little bit of breathing room against this Penn State team. As this is dumped in, Blazak will give chase here. Trying to get to this puck, looking to take it away from Trinidad as it goes to the corner. Blazak still fighting for it. Bouncing puck, hops back out, and it's sent out of the zone for Dolan. Dolan the other way. Bennett with it here, and we're going to get another penalty, and this is going to be on the Bronx. It's going to be a tripping call. here on Blazak. So he will go to the penalty box. And the penalty had just expired there for Penn State. So now they're going to go on the man advantage. Here with 2:24 left to go, or 2:23 rather, left to go. Here in the middle frame. Face-off won there by Penn State. It goes back to Maloney. He will lay this one off. Lions still with it here. Back to Maloney again here at the point. He looks across, finds it over to Trinidad. Back to Maloney. From the blue line, he fires. Klein will make the save and jump on top of it for the whistle.
Well, this is a monumental time for the Ice Lions, down by 1 with just a couple minutes left in the second.
And same for the Bronx as well.
For
Up
sure.
by a goal, massive penalty kill here. Big special teams moment for both teams.
I mean, this could really shape the tone for the third period.
It very much could. Schneider will clear the puck down the ice. Great clear there from Ty, who will get it down. Played off there by Murphy. Pass picked off here by McKeach. He gets in. Kenna got back on side as McKeach hit the deck. Lost an edge there. As he's still able to keep the puck. Somehow McKeach able to keep that away for another few seconds. As he almost took it back a second time. As he'll have to try and work to get back now. Here comes Szymanski. Szymanski. Here on the backhand, looks to get set up here for Penn State with 1 and change left to go on the power play. To the point for Maloney. Goes back down low. Szymanski looking again over to the other side. Finds Trinidad. Trinidad to Maloney. Looking across. Szymanski to Maloney. Back to Szymanski. He fires that one. Stopped away there again by Klein. Bronx can't get it out of the zone. They need a change desperately here. As Szymanski fires. Another save by Klein, but he can't cover. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Quick shot through. Waffle boarded away by Klein again. That time was from the 33 of Leland Keeley. As this goes back up to the point. Szymanski will dive to the half wall here. Swap spots, goes behind the goal line. Tries to fire that in front. That went wide for Keeley. Bronx need a change, need a cover, and Kenna will get it out of the zone. 35 seconds left to go here in the period. 10 seconds left to go on the power play. As it's played across here from Maloney, he quickly enters the zone. Maloney with it behind the goal line, centering pass, they score! Some more puck luck as that one goes in.
Well, that just goes to show how quickly this game moves. Back and forth hockey. And Maloney just took it to the net. And the Ice Lions tied up at 3.
Yeah, that one bounced right off the back of the pad there. And Penn State will tie this game at 3. As this one is dumped into the zone here with 15 seconds left to go in the period. And that was after the power play had expired as well. That's going to be an even strength goal there for Declan Maloney. As it's corralled here by Cusimano, and he'll just eat out this period. Sends it along the boards, and that will do it for the second. So 40 minutes down, 20 to go here between the Bronx and Penn State. A tie game at 3, shots 29-18 at the end of 2. Big goal there from Declan Maloney at the end of the period to tie the game up at 3. But that will do it for the second.
Yeah, and I mean, tacking on more goals just like last night. They scored 5 in the second. Now they score 4. And you get goals from Carson Young, Kyle Lynch, and then Ben Grasser. And then with 21 seconds left, you got Declan Maloney. So goals from 2 defensemen there as well.
Yeah, definitely a big third period coming for both teams, as we will head to intermission here. We're going to step aside, take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the third period of action for you here between the Bronx and the Penn State Nittany Lions. You're watching Rider Bronx Ice Hockey here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting live on YouTube. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. Start of the third period. We've got a tied hockey game at 3 between Penn State and Rider. Matt Fusillo, Corolla Pascal, thanks for joining us here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Penn State with 3 goals, all 3 of their goals in the second period, thanks to Carson Young, Kyle Lynch, and Declan Maloney. They credited Jake Bennett with the Rider goal, even though it was really a Penn State own goal. Thanks to Trindade, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was Trindade who knocked it into his own cage there. Unfortunate bounce, but Bennett gets the last touch on the puck, so it ends up being his goal.
Exactly. Well, we are set for the face-off to start the third. Shriver and Partridge will take the draw. And the Bronx win it. We're underway for the final frame. Quickly, there's a giveaway. Partridge. And kicked at by Zemansky. Here's Partridge again, the Penn State captain. It'll go all the way out, down to the other end. And this is going to be icing on the Bronx. Just 23 seconds in.
That's a quick icing there from Rider as they send that one down. And Penn State scored with not a lot of time left, just maybe about 20-ish seconds or so.
Yeah, 21 seconds.
Yeah, 21 seconds left on the clock in that second period to make it a 3-3 game. And that's a tough break for Rider, obviously, to give up a goal that late, as that one's kicked aside there by Klein. But a tough break for the Bronx, as they had the 1-goal lead, as Klein will cover up there. But overall, the Bronx with not a bad second period. A couple of chances going their way. Obviously, they got some puck luck with that third goal. But, I mean, you give up 3 goals in that frame. Klein did look good despite giving up the 3 goals. 2 of them were scramble chances. One was a shorthanded tally, as the Bronx trying to clear the zone yet again. But like I was saying, as this goes for an icing here on Rider again, a couple good chances for the Bronx in that second frame. They looked decent. Penn State probably going to really turn up the intensity here at the start of this third period and try and forecheck really hard and look to try and take the lead.
Well, it's almost like a new game here. Tied up at 3, final 20. Right off the draw, Partridge tries making a move in towards the net on Klein, but he's able to get the glove on it, so we'll try it again. Penn State prevails. It's punched out by Schneider. And it'll be another icing. 3 in a row on Rider.
3 icings inside the first minute here of period number 3. As now they're going to change it up here on this faceoff and go to the opposite side. All 3 faceoffs have been from this left side here.
Well, they're going to try to change it up. Zuberchuk handles. He'll take it around himself. Makes a move. A little bit of a risky move, but he gets past 3 ice lions. He'll take it himself again. Shriver, his shot, saved by Murphy. Now at the blue line, Call will punch it into the corner. McKeach is on this one. Shot by Schneider, blocker to side. It tipped up, kind of a knuckleball there. And we have another stoppage here.
Yeah, the Bronx with a couple of shots there. Get themselves up to 20 so far on the night. Have definitely been better in the shooting department, getting more pucks on net, having some more chances. Obviously, they've had a bunch of power plays, so that helps in that category as that one trickles to the cage and is covered up by Murphy. But shots 30-20 right now in favor of Penn State. Obviously a tie game, and like you said, Matt, it feels like a new game here at the start of this third period.
Another glove save here by Murphy, so we'll try it again. Tavares will take the draw for the Bronx. going up against Lynch. Lynch gets this one back. There's Trindade. Puck gets past Cusimano, and now Bennett is on it. So having trouble getting going here in the third period. Plenty of whistles. We're not even 2 minutes in. But now Penn State in the offensive zone. This is Trindade at the blue line. And lo and behold, another stoppage as it sticks into the netting by Klein.
I think that is our 9th stoppage inside the first 2 minutes. Taking it nice and slow here to start this third period here between the Bronx and the Nittany Lions.
Get some nice 15-second shifts in there. Young is on the puck now. He'll take it around. Takes a funny bounce off the boards. Don't know how that happened, but Pape gets checked. Lynch gets tied up with Tavares. Still they're together. And it's taken away by Penn State. Off the skate of Prunty. Takes another bounce off the boards, and Prunty rings it off the post. Back the other way. This is Young. His shot goes off call. Young on his own rebound. Kenna tries to get it out, but Young keeps it in. Young still on it. Passes it over. There's a shot by Lawrence. Blocker to side by Klein. Schneider and now Kenna. Shooting one. It was redirected. And it stopped near the crease. Went to the corner. Here's Prunty on it again. It's a giveaway. This is Hay. Schneider is there, and we're going to have another penalty here. It's going to be a slash.
I think this might be on Prunty. It looks like it is. So Prunty's going to go to the box.
Prunty took a penalty last night. Takes another one here.
I mean, before Prunty had that beautiful shot there that rang off the iron. It was a great look there for him. Just needed about an inch the opposite direction, and that was in the back of the net.
There's a shot and a cover off the stick of Partridge. The Prunty shot went the glove side post, so opposite side. And it came straight out. So really, as you said, just a couple inches away from giving Ryder another lead. Here's Partridge off the faceoff. Power play just getting started. Puck goes off the skate of the official. Now McKeach tries to step in to clear it out. Lynch is on it. He'll circle it around in the corner. Partridge looks back for Lynch, but Bennett is there. Wrong number 5 for Partridge, and Bennett gets the clear.
That's a good clear there from Bennett. Able to just get that one and send it down the ice. Big clear there for the Bronx.
Grayson Messner off the boards. Almost comes out, but it stays in. Digging at it is Partridge. Here's Grasser. Back to Partridge. Partridge shoots and he scores! Evan Partridge puts Penn State on top. Power play goal, 4-3.
And we'll get another look at this one here with 15:51 left to go. Here in the third, it's a great look here from Partridge. Just finds its way past the glove side there of Klein. And Penn State take the lead.
First lead of the night for Penn State. And it comes 44 minutes into the game. There's a shot off the outside of the post, and the net will come off, so we have a stoppage. So you're seeing goals all over the ice. This one came in deep from Partridge. Face off to the left of Klein. Zubertruck is there. Backhand pass by Sebastian Keeley. Tried looking for Mavericks. Leland Keeley also there. Sebastian down low. Maloney. Puck barely stays onside. And here comes Vlad. He's got Turner with him. Zubertruck lost it. Able to tap it in, but taken over. This time by Ferentino. Up ahead, Ferentino. He's got Leland Keeley. Elects to shoot, but it goes off the stick of Schneider right in front of him. And Shriver is able to ladle one in. Neisner's on it. Given away to Schneider again. And getting the glove for the whistle is Murphy.
That's a good shift there from Ty Schneider. Couple of good looks, and on that back check before, it was Kenna who actually blocked that shot. He's on the ice now with Blazak and McKeach. New forward line here for the Bronx.
Kenna, Blazak, and McKeach. So this is Lawrence for Penn State. He'll fling it in. On the attack, Klein's able to get the glove on it. And he'll waste no time. 14-16 on the clock. Thanks for joining us on BSB Super Saturday. Plenty of games in action this weekend on the channel. Here's Partridge, the Penn State captain. He looks. Still he has it. Goes down low. Puck is on goal. Klein's able to make one save. Pops free, makes another one. Gets the glove on it, but can't cover. And now we'll have the whistle. Klein lost his stick.
Man, Klein with a couple of huge stops there to keep it a one-goal game. Just made about 4. Excellent work there from Klein. I mean, he's been very, very good here in this one today. Despite giving up 4, he stopped 33 of 37 right now.
Blazak shoots that one into the net, so we'll try it again. Pape is getting some attention from the trainer on the rider bench. There's a shot that goes off Smith. Dolan gets pressed into. Kenna will play it around. Trindade's there first. Blazak delivers a check on him. Kenna. And now Bennert. Blazak is in. And there's Kenna. Murphy's able to make the save. Here come the Ice Lions. This is Dolan. His shot goes off of call. Rebound try goes flying into the netting. And out of play with 13:03 left in the third. Penn State goal from Evan Partridge. Almost 3 minutes ago. Gave the Ice Lions their first lead of the night. We're going to have a penalty here. And it's going to be a trip.
And that's a huge call here for the Bronx. It's going to be on Grasser. Another penalty on him for the trip there on Schneider as he tried to go for the move. He got taken down. And a major, major power play here for Rider as they look to try and tie the game.
Kenna will take it. He's got McKeach and Pape back on the ice. along with Zubrichuk and Ty Schneider. Almost a dangerous giveaway with Leland Keeley lurking right near Klein and net. Zubrichuk puts on the brakes. Almost the intercept there by Keeley again. And here comes McKeach. He'll play it around. Kenna is there. Bumped into by Partridge. Ferentino, excuse me. And the Ice Lions are able to get it down the length of the ice.
And if you're the Bronx, you need to try and get some sort of answer here on the power play to get set up deep in the zone and get a couple of chances off. Try and find Zubrichuk or McKeach on a hard pass to look for a shot.
Here's Schneider. Tough to handle for Zubrichuk. There's a big collision. And Zubrichuk's going to get a boarding call here. That was a heavy noise. We couldn't see that down below us, but that was loud collision.
Yeah, that was a heavy collision. It was probably some of the two biggest guys on the ice, or at least the two most built guys on the ice, in Zubrichuk and Partridge going into the boards together. Partridge 6'1", 195. Zubrichuk 6', 190. Both built like trucks.
Yeah.
And they went into the boards hard together. Zubrichuk got him into the boards hard. And it's going to be a boarding call, and that negates the Bronx penalty, or Bronx power play. So we'll play 4-on-4 here for 50 seconds.
So a little bit more open ice. Neisner will play it. Trindade. Puck goes off Blazak. Trindade takes it. Offside is the call, as Sebastian Keeley got his stick whacked out of his hands.
Faceoff will come out of the zone here, right in front of the Bronx bench.
Going all the way back is Neisner. He'll play it behind his goaltender, Murphy. Ten seconds left for the Penn State penalty. Here's Bennert. Giveaway, Keeley. He's able to keep it in. Sebastian Keeley, saucer pass across. Look for Neisner, but now it's going to be taken, and the net comes off.
Yeah, that net does not want to stay on its moorings down behind Klein right now.
Ref just said that post has been shot since the first period. It's that post on the glove side of Klein that keeps coming off, that one side.
It came off a couple times when Murphy was on that side as well. Might have to drill some new peg holes over there.
Yeah. We see that very often in these games at these rinks. Can't go one game without that happening several times as that sticks into the corner along the glass. So another save by Klein.
And there's about 35 seconds left to go on the power play here for Penn State after that 4-on-4 expired.
Here's Messner. Kenna gets the clear with 10 seconds left in the man advantage. So that'll just about do it for Zubrichuk in the box. And he'll step out now. We're back to full strength. Right below us. Now it gets taken back. Murphy will play it for Grasser.
And that was Zubrichuk with another big hit there. That time he ran into J.P. Hay. As here comes Penn State again.
Trying to get that one was Raimundo, and it'll go down the ice again. This will be an icing on the Bronx. So we're well past the halfway mark in the third. Bronx down by 1. 1 goal so far in the third period. That was Evan Partridge on the power play. Kenna and Keeley. Kenna wins this one. Played off the boards by Call. Zubachuk. And we're going to have another stoppage here.
Another offside there on the Bronx. And we had about 10 stoppages within the first 2 minutes. It's been a slow-moving third period, to say the least.
It is definitely. We've just eclipsed the 9-minute mark. 11 minutes in. Here's Keeley. Off the shoulder of Klein. That one almost snuck in there in that top corner, but it'll go out of play for the whistle.
And that was a good move, too. There from Keeley. Able to get by Schneider and get that shot off. I think it hit Klein in the mask. The only reason it didn't go in. Caught a piece of the side of his mask there, as he'll have to fix that, and then we'll be ready to go for the face-off here to the left of him.
Sebastian Keeley gets this one for Leland Keeley. Sebastian's on it. Cusimano is on him. Sebastian for Mavericks. And now here's Leland. At the blue line. Punched by Neisner. Mavericks for Leland. Sebastian Keeley hops toward the slot area. Leland goes off the boards for Trindade. Shot through traffic. Couldn't get through. May have hit the glove of Klein there. And McKeach plays it for Turner. He'll skate it back. Nice pressure by Neisner there. Didn't want to let go. McKeach still with it. He'll shoot. Saved by Murphy. Stepping in is Cusimano. His shot is blocked. He'll have to hop back on defense with Smith. Dump in by Penn State. They'll get a change. Cusimano had trouble with it, and he's checked into the boards head first, it looks like. And this is going to be a penalty.
Yeah, that was face first, a cross check right into the wall. That is a bad, bad penalty to take. I mean, I wonder if this might be more than just 2, as that's going to be on the captain of Partridge, and refs are going to discuss this one. Cusimano seems like he's okay. As Klein comes over to talk to him, he'll probably get checked out by. And it is going to be a 2-minute penalty instead of a 5. So Cusimano seems okay as he'll head back to the bench. Will likely get checked out by the trainer. He seems all right, which is great to see. He got hit awkwardly there. I think as he got checked, he lost a little bit of an edge as well and went pretty much face first into the wall. Glad to see he's okay.
There's definitely potential, at least a discussion for a longer penalty, but they're going to settle for 2. And a great opportunity for the Bronx to tie it up again. Schneider plays it to the corner. Back for Schneider. Here's Zubachuk across from McKeach. Now Schneider again. McKeach tries getting it for Vlad, and it goes out of the zone.
I don't think McKeach was ready for that pass from Zubachuk before. Just a little bit too much mustard on it.
Taken away by Dolan. Not much urgency in their own end right now for the Bronx. They're able to get it out. Here's McKeach. Plays it up for Zubachuk. McKeach. Kenna and Shriver step in. There's a shot saved by Murphy. McKeach Tried to get the rebound, but puck was gobbled up for the stoppage. Exactly 60 seconds to go. It looks like Pape is going to go to the locker room with the trainer.
And we're getting a timeout here by the Bronx. Calling it early. Down by a goal. I mean, you got a minute left on the power play here. I think Coach Fox just wants a regroup here. And like you said, Pape going to the locker room here. Not sure what it's for. I mean, he got looked at by the trainer before. We saw that over on the left side of us. But Coach Fox to the left of us trying to regroup here on the power play. Give his top guys a moment to rest, so they'll go right back out.
Coach Fox takes a squat on the bench.
Trying to draw up a play with his top guys here.
Starts with the face-off here. Just hear Coach Fox emphasizing this draw here. Gonna have to sense a little bit more urgency from the Bronx here. Down by 1, 6:41 on the clock.
And this is a big turning point here with this draw. You get a win here on this face-off here from Kenna. You can get set up quickly.
Shriver's on it. Leland Keeley gets sandwiched along with Kenna. Kenna gets shoved, and the Bronx are able to keep it in.
That's a great keep there by McKeach.
Cleared down. Schneider will take it. Here's Zuberchuk. 30 seconds to go in the man advantage. Backhand pass. Nobody can handle that one. Klein's going to play it. On the attack was Sebastian Keeley. Schneider. Zuberchuk. Not much time to work with. Zuberchuk loses the puck. Now Kenna loses it. Time winding down on the power play as Vlad goes to the bench. Up ahead. Too far out of reach. This could be icing, and it will be.
And that's some great pressure there, shorthanded by Penn State to break up the play that the Bronx were trying to draw up. Some good pressure there. Jumping up and really applying some hard forechecking there on that PK. And forcing an icing right after as well. Bronx didn't get a lot of players off.
Yeah, McKeach has been out there for a while, along with Kenna. There's a shot. Looks like it hits McKeach. He'll play it out of the zone. And now they're able to get a change. Tavares on. Same with Bennett and Cusimano. Approaching 5 minutes left here in the third period. 4-3, Penn State on top. Shots are 40-28 in favor of the Ice Lions. Young, now Lynch. The two number 5s go at it as Bennett plays it off the boards. Blazak tries looking for Turner. Cusimano steps in. Lynch is able to get past him. Here comes Lynch trying to make a move on Klein. Nice play there by Tavares to break up that opportunity.
That's a great back check there by Tavares, a huge back check. As Penn State would have had a 2-on-1.
Call looking to settle things down. Schneider. with Zubachuk back on the ice. Here is Partridge. He shoots, and that goes off call. Batted in the air by McKeach, and now Grasser will take it. Pass for Salamone. Here is Zubachuk. He'll spin it around. Looks across, goes off the skate of Grasser. Now Shriver. Playing it here is Zemansky. Partridge. Ice Lions are outnumbered as they get a change. And this is going to be a penalty. And it looks like it was drawn by Smith.
Yeah, he did a great job to draw that. And it's going to be on Partridge again. So the captain back to the box, and now probably the biggest moment of the game here for the Bronx. Down by a goal, power play with 3:19 left to go. Huge, huge moment for Ryder trying to tie this game at 4.
Second penalty in the last 4.5 minutes for Partridge. Bronx weren't able to capitalize on the previous one. Here's Shriver behind the net. Tied up in the corner. There's a shot by Zubachuk down low. And Murphy's able to make the stoppage.
That's a blast from Zubachuk. I think he wanted to be a little bit closer to the net with that one. Got a lot on it, but was pretty far towards the point.
Schneider. Winding up again is Zubachuk.
I think that's the spot he wanted the first time.
Here's McKeach. Across, looked for Vlad again, but it went off. Looks like Leland Keeley. And now Zubachuk will play it for Schneider as he gets tied up with a couple players. Leland Keeley on that one. 1:12 on the man advantage. McKeach skates it up. Another penalty coming. And it's going to be on Penn State again, so it'll be a 5-on-3.
This is huge. This is huge for Ryder. This is a massive call. A tripping call here on Sebastian Keeley, one of their best penalty killers. That is a massive, massive call. 1:04 of 5-on-3 time. The Bronx, huge opportunity to tie this game. They're going to have a shortened 5-on-4 after if they can't score on the 5-on-3.
Off the draw, Cusimano. Here's Bennert. Blazak. Bennert again. They play catch. Blazak shoots. That's blocked. It was Trinidad they got the block there. Down in the corner. Looking. Bennert. Cusimano. Now Bennert again. Here is Blazak. On the backhand. Back for Bennert. There's a shot by Prunty. And Trinidad's able to take it. Clearing attempt has failed. Bronx keep it in. This is Turner. Cusimano. With it again. He'll play it to the blue line for Bennert. His shot trickled. Looks like it may have hit the glove of Murphy. Cusimano's able to keep it in, but now it's taken back by Neisner. And barely out of the zone.
And they're going to call that a hand pass, too. That is not a hand pass. Blazak tried to block it down instead of catching it and dropping it, but that is not a hand pass call. But this will come all the way back. 2 seconds left of 5-on-3. And it'll be a 56-second 5-on-4 for the Bronx here with 1:21 left to go.
Penn State wins this one. They're going to play it all the way back. Smart play by the Ice Lions. McKeach. So now it's 5-on-4. Here's Grasser. Partridge out of the box. Trying to waste time. Schneider got a whack up high. We play on. McKeach. Up ahead. Here is Zuberchuk.
Going to the bench here is Klein. Extra skater on. It's Blazak.
Kenna. So Ryder has most of its top guns on the ice here. And nobody was there. Puck stopped on the blue line, but it's taken away. Into the empty net and wide. Mavris. And now that one is redirected out of play off the stick of Partridge.
And Klein's going to have to come back in here with the faceoff in the Bronx end with 28 seconds left to go. Only 5 seconds left on the power play for the Bronx. Need a faceoff win badly here.
McKeach and Dolan. It's swiped into the corner. Blazak. Dolan's on it. Pass over looking for Young, one of the goal scorers in the second period. And here is Keeley all alone off the goalpost. Down to the last 10. Here's Keeley again. Saved by Klein. Gonna have to get it out quick for one last opportunity, but it doesn't look like that will happen. McKeach applies the pressure, and that will do it. Penn State holds on for a 4-3 victory. And it went all the way down to the final buzzer. Ryder with the 5-on-3, couldn't capitalize. And Penn State with the weekend sweep. 4-3 is your final.
And this has kind of been the story of some of these weekends here for the Bronx, where game one doesn't go their way. We saw it last weekend with UNCW, where they fell 6-3 in game one and then lost 4-3 in game two. Very similar in this one, in this weekend. Hard to the bitter end yet again here in the second game, and had a chance. They had the 5-on-3, just couldn't capitalize. They hit the post twice in the game. Prunty in that second period nailed one off the pipe, and that's just been how it's been going lately for the Bronx. They just cannot find a way, once they get down by a goal in the third, to get a tie game. They've done it a few times this year, where going back to the St. Joe's game earlier this season when they played the Bronx, that game went into a shootout. They ended up losing, but they tied the game late in that third period to make it 4-4. And having to try and find some more of that this season. But again, a lot to like from this weekend. A team that is very good in Penn State. We saw it last weekend against UNCW. A lot to like out of the weekend. Obviously, in both games, your first period has been spectacular. In both games against Penn State, you're up 2-0 after the first period. And afterwards, the tiredness just sets in after 2 games, a short bench. It's tough with not as many bodies as a lot of these other teams have here for this Rider squad. And they've just been trying to fight and grind through the weekends. And now they're going to go to the ACC Showcase next weekend, see how they're going to do there. But a tough loss again here for the Bronx, and Penn State complete the weekend sweep with a 4-3 win.
For the Ice Lions, that's their 9th win of the season. Ryder still with only 2 wins, so they've been definitely struggling these first couple months. And you mentioned some of the opponents. They beat Maryland 6-2. They beat Delaware 5-4 in a shootout. Those are the only 2 wins so far this season. But you also mentioned the ACC Showcase. Big opportunity playing against 3 ACC teams coming up next weekend. Potentially get a win or 2 out of that. But they'll play Wake Forest, West Virginia, and High Point next weekend in Virginia. But for Matt Fusillo and Carolo Pascal, our entire Breakout Sports broadcasting crew, thank you for joining us, everyone. So long, and have a good night.